So Sony plans on optimizing the PS5 fan depending on what game you're playing. I don't know about you guys, but this could be huge in helping cooling the PS5. So back on the PS4 and even the PS4 Pro, from what I've heard, I've never actually owned a PS4 Pro, just the base PS4, the PS4 fan can get very, very loud, commonly referred to as a jet engine, and it can be very annoying, especially for anyone who wants to stream or heck even just wants to hear their own game without blasting the volume. Now we know that Sony has done a number of things with the PS5 to prevent this PS4 heating problem happening in the PS5, and among these precautions are the giant fan that we saw at the PS5 teardown and the liquid cooling metal that we also saw at the PS5 teardown. And of course we can't forget about Sony's design and choice when it comes to the PS5 design. And now we have this new PS5 news, which in my opinion is another way to prevent any heating problems or loud fans in the PS5. So I'm gonna read you guys off these two paragraphs from the article to bring you up to date on the PS5 news, and then we could talk about why this is in fact a great thing for PS5, especially later down the line. In an interview with Japanese gamer outlet 4Gamer, Sony's mechanical designer department Yasuhiro ootori discussed its future plans in this regard. Ootori explained that once games are released for the PS5, Sony will later gather data on how the console deals with heat. This data is key to understanding not just how millions of PS5s handle a wide variety of video games, but also how they handle them in diverse areas that are hot, cold, dusty, and so on. Ootori describes how Sony has planned to optimize the PS5's fan based on the data it collects, and even goes into detail on how the PS5 has 3 different temperature sensors on its main board that Sony is able to use to control the fan speed. Using these sensors, Sony can update the PS5's fan control parameters in order to appropriately deal with the system's heat. These changes will be made through a firmware update at a later date. Now the reason why I think this is good is that it helps deal with more of the intensive heat on later games down the line. If you look back at the games that are released near the launch of the PS4 and at the end, there is a massive difference in how the games push the console. And that's why over the course of the PS4's lifetime, you saw it get worse and worse and worse because games kept getting more demanding. And of course, if a game is more demanding and the heat isn't being pushed out properly, that means the fan is going to have to work even harder to push it out. If Sony can use these firmware updates to control the heat within the console and properly expel the heat from the console for the games that will push even the PS5 from what it can do, the fans can have less of a job to do, avoiding that jet engine sound that the PS4 had. I mean, you also add in the liquid metal, and of course the giant fan, the PS4 form factor, and of course that huge giant heat sink, and I think the PS5 is going to be pretty cool, especially when you factor in that Sony can optimize the fan to each individual game. So overall, I think it's a good thing and another way to prevent any overheating issues. And if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to Robo Gaming for more gaming news. Thanks for watching guys, and remember, stay safe, stay charged, and have a good one.